One of the greatest works of literature is Don Quixote de la Mancha by Miguel de Cervantes, and it surprisingly is full of humorous episodes, some of them that actually made me laugh out loud, believe it or not. This particular translation by Edith Grossman is a very good contemporary translation. I'm just going to read a section of chapter 20, and this is again in English. I have read Don Quixote in English and in Spanish, mainly in Spanish. So here we go. This is chapter 20, and we're going into an episode. This is early in the book. At this moment it seems that either because of the cold of the morning which was approaching, or because Sancho had eaten something laxative for supper, or because it was in the natural order of things, which is the most credible, he felt the urge and desire to do what no one else could do for him, but his heart was so overwhelmed by fear that he did not dare to move a nail, paring away from his master. But not doing what he desired to do was not possible either, and so what he did as a compromise was to free his right hand, which was clutching the back of the saddle, and with it cunningly and without making a sound he loosened the slip knot that was the only thing holding up his breeches. And when he did, they came down and settled around his ankles like leg irons. After this, he lifted his shirt the best he could and stuck out both buttocks, which were not very small. Having done this, which he thought was all he had to do to escape that terrible difficulty and anguish, he was overcome by an even greater distress, which was that it seemed to him that he could not relieve himself without making some noise and sound, and he began to clench his teeth and hunch his shoulders, holding his breath as much as he could. But despite all his efforts, he was so unfortunate that he finally made a little noise quite different from the one that caused him so much fear. Don Quixote heard it all and said, "What sound is that, Sancho?" "I don't know, señor," he responded. "It must be something new. Adventures and misadventures never begin for no reason." He tried his luck again, and things went so smoothly that with no more noise or disturbance than the last time, he found himself rid of the burden that had caused him so much grief. But since Don Quixote had a sense of smell as acute as his hearing, and Sancho was joined so closely to him, and the vapors rose up almost in a straight line, some unavoidably reached his nostrils, and as soon as they did, he came to the assistance of his nostrils and squeezed them close between two fingers, and in a somewhat nasal voice said, "It seems to me, Sancho, that you are very frightened." "Yes, I am," responded Sancho, "but makes your grace see that now more than ever." "Because you smell now more than ever, and not of amber," responded Don Quixote. "That might be," said Sancho, "but it's not my fault, it's your grace's, for choosing the most ungodly times to put me through the strangest paces. Take three or four of them back, friend," said Don Quixote, without removing his fingers from his nose, "and from now on be more mindful of your person and what you owe to mine. Engaging in so much conversation with you has caused this lack of respect." Ha ha ha. So that is an actual scene, which I've never seen in literature, of an actual description of flatulence. All right, over and out. Peace.